Reuben Miller is not your usual 15-month-old. Not many his age can lay claim to their very own Facebook page. His dad, Paul, is the mastermind behind this, sharing his experiences of fatherhood online.
And I'd look at him in the cot and go, "You look like you're a kung fu artist." And just my mind would just rack, and I was like, right, what can I do with this to make it creative, to make it different from what other people have done?
Paul represents a shift in the way Australian men are parenting their children. He focuses more on teaching his son right from wrong than being a work-orientated father.
I guess my role is to just teach him life's lessons, and not that you don't win all the time. If you're nice to people, they'll be nice to you, like just basic lessons.
He believes the role of dads is gradually changing. He says that he shares the load at home while also working as a paramedic.
It used to just be that the father's role was to just work full-time, get the money, come home, feed the family, and just repeat, and that's what it seemed to be.
Recent research has found that fathers are spending an increase of 300% of their time with their children since 1999. Men under 30 are now also more likely to know how to perform household duties, like washing the dishes and clothing and making cakes, than men of the same age 20 years ago. The expectation of dads has changed dramatically since John Molnar became a father. He believes his determination to work hard for his family came from the same attitude displayed by his father.
Most of the time you have something to eat. Why? Because the father brought things from the farms where he used to work as a little man. They always gave him something. So we always have something to eat. And now, in hindsight, after all these years, I realize what he did to us as a father, although I didn't see him, not much of him.
Mr. Molnar was a father who traded time spent with his wife and daughter for long hours at work to provide for his family.
If you have overtime, you got to work 6 to 2, 2 to 10. By the time you get home, it was 1 in the morning, 1 to 10, 12:30 in the morning. The next day you get up again at 5. Start that circle all over again.
Warwick Marsh is the founder of Dads for Kids Foundation and a father of 5. He provides some reason for why traditional parenting roles have evolved over time.
Men actually are biologically wired to be providers, and women are biologically wired to be carers. Now, it doesn't mean that a man can't be a carer and a woman can't be a provider, but there's actually a whole bunch of hardwiring in the brain, there's a hardwiring in the hormones.
He says that regardless of social change, men will always take their work seriously and continue to see it as one of the ways they can support their families.
Men struggle if they're not providing, they struggle if they feel they're not, making it work. If you want to strike a man, strike him in his workplace.
Regardless of this struggle, Mr. Marsh highlights the need for both men and women to maintain a healthy work-life balance to ensure the well-being of their children.
As men, we can so much identify with our work, we actually destroy our family because we neglect our family. So it's this balance of providing, yet guiding, yet loving, yet caring, being a warrior, but being a tender warrior, which of course is a great challenge for a man.
For Paul Miller, this challenge is made easier in his determination to be a father that can balance both his work and play.
I kind of explain it to people, it's like being a roadie in a band, and the father, you're the roadie. You've got your little baby, they're the lead singer of the band, and then you've got your wife who's maybe the lead guitarist or whatever, and you've got to anticipate you're not even in the band. You're the roadie on the side, and you're there for your son has a cry, so you've got to run, get him what he needs, and then your wife's there, so you just constantly. So for the first 6 months, it was a lot different than what I thought it'd be.
Siobhan Canal, Dadology magazine.